Welcome to Global Sky Update. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon for more updates. This is gonna blow your mind. Have you ever noticed the music in someone's voice? Not just the words? English, spoken worldwide, comes in countless accents, each a story of history and culture. One accent in particular is capturing hearts: the Filipino accent. It's warm, rhythmic, and inviting, echoing from an archipelago in Southeast Asia. Why is this sound resonating globally? It's not about correctness. There's no perfect English. The Filipino accent's rise is a human story, reflecting our need for connection and understanding. It radiates hospitality and openness, shaped by a unique culture. This phenomenon challenges the idea that clarity means standardization. Filipino English is filled with positive energy, a sound that smiles. We're not just exploring phonetics, but the heart of a culture being shared worldwide. Diversity in accents doesn't divide, it brings us closer. So let's journey into sound, culture, and connection. We'll meet the people championing this accent, from internet stars to professionals. We'll uncover the science and soul behind its appeal. The story of the Filipino accent is about how a voice from one corner of the world can make the world feel more like home. Let's begin. To understand any accent's rise, we must look at English itself. Once the language of a small island, English is now spoken by billions. It's the world's common tongue, used in science, business, and online. As English spread, it adapted, absorbing local colors and rhythms. Think of it like starlight, one source, but refracted into a spectrum by every culture it touches. From British to Australian to Filipino English, each version reflects its environment. This diversity is English's greatest strength, making it both global and local. Every community adds its own history and soul, painting their identity onto the language. There's no single owner of English anymore. It belongs to everyone who speaks it. This understanding moves us beyond the myth of one correct way to speak. The Filipino accent is a prime example, not a deviation, but a vibrant standard in its own right. It's expressive, logical, and has a growing global community of admirers. When we talk about world Englishes, we celebrate this reality. The Filipino accent shows how English can be uniquely local and universally understood. That's the true power of language. To understand Filipino English, we must look at its layered history. The Philippines, rich in indigenous heritage, was shaped by centuries of Spanish and then American influence. Spanish rule left its mark on language and culture, with many words and rhythms absorbed into local dialects. After 1898, American rule brought English, taught widely through a new public education system. Unlike in many colonies, English was for everyone, not just the elite. Filipinos learned English through the filter of their native languages and Spanish echoes. The result wasn't American English, but a unique blend, polite, melodic, and community-oriented. Filipino English became a tool for national identity, blending global conversation with local flavor. It's a creative product of a resilient people adapting to a changing world. Every sentence spoken carries this history. Understanding this makes the Filipino accent even more remarkable. What makes Filipino English so distinct and appealing? Its rhythm is syllable-timed. Each syllable gets equal weight, creating a musical, steady beat. Filipino languages use a simple 5-vowel system, so English words are pronounced with clear, consistent vowels. The th sound becomes t or d. 3 becomes tree. That becomes dat. Not mistakes, but natural patterns. Intonation often rises at the end of sentences, signaling politeness or seeking confirmation, not just questions. This melodic uplift makes the accent sound friendly and collaborative. Code switching, or Taglish, blends English and Filipino words for efficient, expressive communication. Phrases like, "let's go na" or "I'll make a follow-up po" are common, adding cultural nuance. This isn't poor English. It's creative, adaptive, and deeply expressive. The accent's warmth and inclusivity are its hallmarks. Filipino English is a living example of linguistic innovation. That's why it resonates. The Filipino accent's global popularity is fueled by our digital world. For years, American and British accents dominated media, but social platforms changed everything. Filipino creators emerged, proudly using their accent to share culture, humor, and life. Millions tuned in, drawn by authenticity and joy. The accent became a symbol of positivity and connection. For many, it was their first real encounter with Filipino English, no longer different, but charming and relatable. This exposure broke down old prejudices and made the accent a celebrated global brand. The values embedded in the accent, family, respect, optimism, shine through. In a divided world, the Filipino accent's warmth feels like a friend you haven't met yet. It's universally appealing not just for how it sounds, but for what it represents. That's why the world is listening. Filipino English's influence goes far beyond social media. The Philippines is a global call center hub, with millions providing customer service worldwide. Initially, agents were trained to neutralize their accent, but companies now see its value. Customers find the Filipino accent patient, empathetic, and polite, perfect for building rapport. Some companies now encourage agents to embrace their natural accent as a competitive advantage. Filipino actors are appearing in international media using their real voices. This shift is empowering. Young Filipinos see themselves represented globally. Comedians like Joe Coy celebrate the accent, turning it into a source of pride. This challenges old linguistic hierarchies and promotes diversity in speech. The journey from neutralized to celebrated is a story of empowerment. Authenticity is now valued over conformity. The world is learning to appreciate the beauty in every voice. The Filipino accent is changing how we think about learning English. For years, learners aimed for a native accent, often feeling inadequate. The Filipino English phenomenon shows you can be effective and confident without imitating London or LA. The focus is shifting from perfect pronunciation to clear, authentic communication. Teachers now use Filipino communicators as inspiring examples. This boosts student confidence and encourages risk-taking in language use. Learners realize their accent is part of their story, not something to erase. The global embrace of Filipino English champions intelligible diversity. It tells learners, your voice is valid, your accent is your identity. Speak with confidence, let the world hear your story. This is a powerful message for anyone learning a new language. It's about connection, not perfection. Language is about connection, bridging minds and sharing experiences. Filipino English illustrates this beautifully, transmitting warmth and positivity. Its friendliness lowers defenses and invites collaboration, valuable in our polarized world. In global business and diplomacy, a friendly accent builds trust and openness. The Filipino way of speaking fosters positive, creative environments. Exposure to diverse accents makes us better listeners and communicators. Engaging with Filipino English trains us to appreciate human expression and find common ground. It's an exercise in global citizenship. The story of Filipino English is one of hope and cultural sharing. As more people appreciate the accent, they build bridges to Filipino culture. There's more than one way to be understood. Sometimes, the most effective communication comes from a warm heart, not a perfect accent. What's next for Filipino English? Its influence will only grow as the Philippines' global role expands. Digital natives will carry positive associations with the accent into their futures. This normalization promotes linguistic equality. No accent is superior. Aspects of Filipino English may be adopted by others, not as imitation, but as effective communication. The story of English is now global, with new chapters written in Manila and beyond. Filipino English leads this evolution, showing how language can be reclaimed and celebrated. Our diversity is a resource to be celebrated. In the symphony of human voices, The Filipino accent is a beautiful, unifying sound.